everybody to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
J.O. I'm back, baby.
J.O. from Nebraska, as his Twitter handle says. See, I'm getting that right.
I'm getting it right.
Batting 1,000 here. By the way, congratulations on your Laugh With Me podcast.
Thank you.
You just won some awards, took home some hardware, and you just celebrated your 100th episode.
We just had our 100th episode come out, which was just a huge deal in the podcast community. We had there was like a 2025 year in review, Insider Weekly named us Comedy Podcast of the Year. That was awesome. So,
yeah, wow.
Laugh With Me podcast.
Boy.
Come check us out anywhere.
There's some funny competition out there, too.
Oh, everybody.
You know, I mean, there's Flagrant, I was singing, and you could even count Bussin' With the Boys.
Bussin' With the Boys are in the mix.
Yeah. They're funny. I don't know if Will Compton means to be funny, but man, he's a when I always go back to when they had Donald Trump on.
Yeah.
And he was defending the man boxer in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And Trump just looks at him and goes, "You're an interesting guy, Will." He's just nodding.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty interesting.
He's not even going into that. Yep.
No, he's like, yeah, I think you might be right on it. You're onto something there. So we wanted to stay with the Huskers. We wanted to stay with our beloved Corn Huskers because we just caught wind of some betting lines coming out on one of our local sports books here, the War Horse Casino in Lincoln and Omaha. If you haven't been to the place in Omaha yet, wow.
Oh, check it out.
I mean, my goodness. You remember the old Horseman's Park, and Horseman's Park's still there, but it's you don't recognize it.
Well, that's the thing. We don't even know. Like, most people don't even know we have this in Omaha.
Yeah,
So
it is wild. Yeah, I mean, it is so nice. Just everything, and all the bars. Phase 2 of the development opened up over the summer. So their new sports bar, their new restaurants, a lot of the additions over there. So it's pretty immaculate, pretty special, like you would expect.
Yeah, worth a night out.
But I got onto their bet builder, their app, and we still can't bet on Husker football home games.
Right.
But we can bet on away games legally. But one thing that they have done is they've opened up a whole betting market for volleyball.
As one should. We are volleyball state.
We are a volleyball state. I don't think anybody would argue that.
No, not at all.
No. And so I wanted to get into these. It's just straight up. It's one of the big red buttons, a big red button called Nebraska Volleyball Betting Markets. And I'm just going to read the first one right off from the top here to give you an idea of some of these lines we're going to be getting into. Nebraska to win the Big Ten Conference regular season title. Dead heat rules apply AF co-champions. If you're betting yes, they will. That's a plus money bet. Plus 100.
Plus 100. Wow.
So it's like a coin flip. They're basically just, that tells you exactly what you need to know
Just
with the
hand it
confidence.
to us. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then we have Nebraska. This is probably my favorite one. It's a minus money bet. Nebraska will make it to the Final Four. Minus 134.
How wild is that? Like, they're basically just saying, you will be in the Final Four.
Nebraska will be in the Final Four.
Everything else, we'll find out.
It's not even a plus money bet.
Yeah.
It's a future to just say you're basically going to be in the championship, or the Final Four.
That's the equivalent of like the Saban, Alabama football teams. They're going to be in the playoff. Yeah, they probably will be.
When it was a 14 playoff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be. Yeah. It's amazing. And I kind of hate it. I agree. I think they will be. I think they will be.
Yep.
Just look at what they brought back. That post-game interview. Did you watch that when I think it was Harper Murray was, kind of down in the dumps, and she goes, "I'm just going to be so determined. I'm going to put in even more in the offseason this year." And the gal from Waverly, what she had to say over her shoulder.
No, what'd she say?
F yeah. And the hot mic, and they had all picked it up there. Everyone, the national television audience picked up the good old F yeah from Becca Alex, our middle blocker. So
that's the fighting spirit we want in Nebraska.
I believed her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they've been front and center all off season, just trying to get out in front of the state and show us, what they're made of.
It's pretty scary to think they're probably better, or we think they're going to be better than they were last year. And last year they only lost to 2 schools. They only lost 3 games all season long. The final game being to Penn State, and semifinals there. Can you name the other team they lost to?
I would say
It was early in the year, and it was when the sky was falling, and oh my God, it was the fourth game of the year, and after they lost to this team, it was like, oh no.
it's all over. If I had to guess, it would be Texas.
It was close.
Okay.
It was a Texas school, SMU.
You know what? I watched that game.
Yes.
I did. I watched that match.
Yep.
You're
Got
right.
Swept.
Yeah, we
Nebraska
got swept. You're right.
Yeah. And then SMU actually did have a very good season. They brought in a lot of transfers, fifth-year senior, sixth-year senior type, and you could see how they were able to sneak up on Nebraska and beat them like that. But obviously Nebraska rebounded. It was probably the wake-up call that they needed because
they went on absolute tear after that.
Yeah, they didn't lose until Penn State late in the season, and that was a barn burner. But they opened the season against number 9 ranked Kentucky and beat them 3-1, which they're doing more of the same this year. You got that schedule pulled up.
Yeah, we're playing Pittsburgh here on Friday. It's like a little opening season tournament type style. We're going to play Pittsburgh, which Pittsburgh's being ranked in the top 5 People's Power rankings right now. And then play Stanford on Sunday. Another top 5 matchup.
Wow. Jeez.
To get ready for the season, you're going head to head with the best of the best, and there's just no better way to do it.
Yeah, really. And they're a team that can stomach that and can play above it, and I'm not worried about them. Whether they lose 1 or 2, they'll still be able to maintain and have a great season.
New head coach. That's the other thing. New head coach. How do we feel about that? You got to feel the culture's there. The talent. Everybody's just kind of business as usual. But still, you never know once you get in the heat of battle.
That's true. But Danny Busboom Kelly, she has made a national championship game with Louisville and a Final Four with Louisville. I think 2 Final Fours with Louisville. So she's paid her dues, and she's also, as a player, won a national championship for the Huskers. Yeah. It feels like everything's in line, and I think the telltale there is nobody transferred out. Nobody hit the transfer portal. There's some deals out there.
Yeah.
They could have pretty much had their pick of where they wanted to go.
Could have gone anywhere they wanted.
And then you bring in international talent. We finally got to see her, the gal from Italy, playing the alumni game. She looks like she's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be a scary good team. Do we have a betting line on that Pittsburgh? I'm just thinking if the future is at a minus 134 to be in the Final Four, what is it to beat a top 5 team, like a minus 500? Like, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, I'm going to look this up and see if we've got a line.
They got to be so far out in front.
Got to be something.
Early on when we got interviewed to be on follow-up Doug Duda and the Doug and Daddy show, they asked, well, what are you guys going to talk about? I said, well, we're not going to talk about Nebraska bowling because there's no action. Nebraska bowling wins every match, every tournament, doesn't matter. And it's kind of the same here with volleyball.
Right now, we just have the futures.
So we don't even...
So we don't even have action on.
Come on, more
on Friday. Let's get on this.
You're gonna take my money up front. Probably the best bet here is, will Nebraska win the national championship at a plus 200? Plus 200. I mean,
I think a lot of Nebraskans would go into this season and say, yeah, we're going to win the national title. And they're going, oh, you're going to give me money. Oh, you're going to go plus 200 on it. I could take that action. I feel more confident in that, I think, than I do on the Husker football team covering that 7 against Cincinnati right now.
Come
yeah,
on.
I'm just saying. This is
okay. Oh, yeah, the 7. Okay, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I feel more confident in the volleyball team winning the national title. They just have the pedigree. They have the talent. They've got just the right mix of players. Mm-hmm. It just feels right, especially how the way last season ended. And then
the fuel.
Vegas likes it too. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let me put it this way. Do you feel better about Nebraska volleyball winning the championship at plus 200?
Okay.
Or Nebraska football hitting that 7.5 over at about the same thing, at about a minus 170?
I like the football team hitting over
7.5 better. Okay,
yeah.
That's all we had to do.
Yeah,
I knew we could get there somewhere where we would give the
I still love Husker football.
Or we could give the football team a little bit of love something here. But that volleyball team is immaculate. It looks like they're geared to win, and I guess when you think twice about it, I guess these betting lines make sense from Warhorse. It's just kind of shocking.
Yes.
That we're looking at.
Because you don't give any team that kind of love.
Oh my gosh.
Across the board like that in any sport. I mean, I guess you were saying bowling, sure, but that's totally different. Like there is, top 10 teams. I mean, Creighton's in the top 10 in power rankings. I could see Creighton being in the Final Four.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And so that puts them right there in the national title mix. I see Creighton being able to compete with Nebraska. That's ranked, a great team.
Yeah, they were ranked 9th in the nation last year when they played Nebraska, and there's this weird monkey on their back where they've never beat the Huskers. That's got to happen some year.
It's going to happen.
And, I mean, if SMU can creep up and beat Nebraska one year, don't you think Creighton could?
100%.
I mean, they're not going to sneak up on anybody being ranked that high and being the in-state rival, but you get what I'm...
But it shifts. I mean, that shifts the power within the state, which they, as good as they are, being a top 10 team, they always will know, okay, but, Nebraska is this. Yeah. Until they beat Nebraska, they're always just going to be second fiddle.
Well... And I feel like even when they do beat Nebraska, let's say they beat Nebraska 4 years in a row, do you still like measure or look at Creighton volleyball like you do Nebraska volleyball?
Well, maybe not big picture.
To me, it's kind of like the Iowa-Nebraska argument in football. Like Iowa, you can beat Nebraska all you want 4 years in a row or whatever the case may be, but it's still like you don't got the 5 national championships. You're forgetting about the 70s, the 80s, the 60s where we had 2 national championships, the 90s. Do we got to say the 90s Iowa? It doesn't matter. Like it's going to take a lot more wins in a row. But anyhow, I digress. You heard the horn there. That means we're up against it. Any final thoughts on Nebraska volleyball? You like those lines? You think they're probably where they need to be?
I love the lines if you were going to make a play. I mean, this is a confident team. Like I just said, I love the idea of them winning the national title more so than
I know
football team covering 7. So
I think it makes sense too. It's insane. you watch. We just cursed them all. All right, you heard the horn. That means we are up against it, but we have to take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and this is a new one: Sand Hill Slims.
Let's go.
Meat sticks. This is Angus beef, grass raised out on the sandhills of Nebraska. These sticks are popping up in Pumpkin Pantry, Bosselman's, all over the state. So be on the lookout for them. They're paleo diet friendly.
Here we go.
Yeah, so very healthy. I've been sticking them in the kids' lunch pails or back to school. So that is their snack. You're getting a Sandhill Slim. You're going to get the protein you're looking for. And if we were into paleo diet, it would be okay on that front as well.
Maybe that is in your future.
Maybe. Well, what's the plus money on that? I don't know. Sandhill Slims, check them out, guys. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.